What's up, family? The Fed has spoken. The Fed has officially announced that they will be raising interest rates again, this time by 25 basis points or 0.25%. Now, this was the amount that was expected to happen, but the American people were hoping that he would have a change of heart. That didn't happen, guys. The Fed meeting happened yesterday, guys, in which the Fed announced that they will be raising interest rates again in what could be its final attack on inflation. We all know that the Fed chairman has pretty much told us in the past that they are going to continue to raise interest rates until they can bring down inflation down to around 2% on an average level. Now, again, to remind you guys, we saw inflation go as high as 9% last year, in which it pretty much hurt a lot of Americans, which already were suffering already, but because of the high inflation that occurred, ended up sending them into a downward spiral. Some people wasn't able to put food on their tables, as well as a lot of individuals ended up losing their jobs, and the economy is pretty much tanking and pretty much pushing us into a recession with the addition of the raising of these interest rates. Well, it didn't stop the Fed chairman there, because he still raised it 0.25% points. So anyways, guys, the Federal Reserve raised the interest rates by another 1/4 percentage point on Wednesday, extending its 14-month crackdown on the stubborn inflation. And he said in his statement that, look, I think that we've moved a long way fairly quickly, and I think that we can afford to look at the data and make a careful assessment moving forward. While inflation has cooled off since the last summer, it's still more than twice as high as the central bank's target of around 2%. Prices in March were up to 4.2% from a year ago, according to the Fed's preferred inflation measure. The core inflation rate, which excludes volatile food and energy prices, was 4.6%. So anyways, guys, all in all, he did raise the interest rates. However, the beauty about this is this was only the predicted schedule increase in the interest rate. So what does this mean, guys? Well, it could mean that that could be the final raising of the interest rates. However, if we don't see inflation continue to come down and we see it actually turn around and go back up again, the Fed chairman will probably change his mind and move a little more aggressive. So anyways, guys, we have something to look forward to next month when the Fed chairman allows us and lets us know whether or not they will be raising the interest rates once again. Like I said, so far, the projection is that they will not have to raise it. However, things could change at any given moment. So that is some bad news, and then that is some good news. But again, hopefully this is particularly our last time raising the interest rates. We are already suffering enough as it is. So anyways, guys, moving on, I do want to go ahead and talk about an issue that just happened in my home state, in which lawmakers just passed a new bill that would allow Governor Greg Abbott to overturn elections. I believe that this has something to do with the issue in regards to the former President Donald Trump running for the presidency, in which he has claimed multiple times that the election was stolen, the election was rigged, and now it looks like Texas is stepping up to the plate and doing something about it to make sure that that same thing does not potentially happen in the great state of Texas, in which, like I said, guys, lawmakers, which specifically we're referring to Texas senators, they have approved of a bill that it will allow the governor to overturn these particular elections. Now, this is a little bit weird because it is only affecting Harris County, which you guys know as Houston, Texas, which is home of the state's most populous city in Houston. And guys, just to let you know that this is predominantly the black community as well, guys. So anyways, guys, the Senate just passed this particular bill. Now, I'm not sure whether or not it's going to pass in the House of Texas, but anyways, guys, we'll just have to continue to monitor this particular situation, because if you're like me and you live in Texas, this might necessarily affect you. Who wants to go ahead and approve and agree that any governor should be able to overturn any election at their will? I'm not necessarily you guys would actually agree with that, but comment down below and let me know if you do agree with that. Would you like this to actually happen in your state as well, for the governor, depending on what side they're on, the Democratic side or the Republican side? Would you be okay with the governor having the authority to overturn elections in specific counties, especially if it is the the opposite of what your political belief is. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this. I'm definitely curious to see how you feel about this, to make sure I'm not necessarily biased or anything like that, but it does affect those individuals in this particular county, which is predominantly black. So anyways, guys, let me know how you feel about that. Moving on, guys, could we be on the verge of having another bank failure? Well, apparently so, guys. This particular bank called PacWest is reportedly seeking buyers after their stock has dropped significantly since the beginning of this year. Yes, guys, it says that the price of PacWest's shares has seen nearly a 72% drop or dip since the beginning of this year. And it says that Bloomberg is reporting this information on Wednesday, that they are mulling different type of options, and they are also putting it out there that they would be open to the idea of being purchased by someone else or acquired by someone else. Now, this particular bank is a California headquartered bank, and it has not seen any official process of an auction going on just far, but there are rumors out there that are saying that unfamiliar sources are familiar with this particular matter, saying that selling all of the bank's businesses as one hasn't been attracted to many entities. So anyways, guys, this could be something that could happen within the next couple of days or so, but there are warning messages that are coming out right now, and that is all because of the recent drop in their shares, and that could be another result of individuals doing bank runs and trying to get all of their money out of this particular bank. But anyways, guys, those are just specific signs in relation to this bank, Pacific Western Bank. So anyways, guys, again, this is in Huntington Beach, California. So anyways, guys, if you have your money there, you might want to be proactive and get your money out as soon as possible, like today, this morning. But I've given you the information, guys, so you got to do something with it. Moving on, guys, we also want to talk about an issue that Senator Elizabeth Warren is bringing up with lawmakers, and that she is calling for these particular banks that are going bankrupt or collapsing. She wants those individuals that are running these banks to be held accountable, especially those individuals that authorize for these executive compensations. Yes, guys, as you can see right here, it says that she is joining the effort to push this particular bill that's coming out that would authorize clawbacks of executive compensation at these failed banks. Take a look at what she had to say.
5 years. So 5 years worth of their total comp, they will have to give back?
I'll tell you why. It's because what the data show right now, GAO report on this, said SVB started its pumping its profits by taking on risk and pushing that money out the door to the executives 5 years before the failure. So it's a 5-year look back. You don't have to take it all back if that didn't happen, but at least you've got a 5-year window to be able to say, if you guys started behaving like this, you're going to have to give back that amount that you took. That's the message we need to send to every single executive of every single one of these giant banks.
So yes, guys, as you can see, this is kind of a strategic play, I believe, right here, guys. And I will say I actually agree with it, because if we don't get something like this in place in regards to these particular banks and the CEOs and the executives that are running these banks, the American people are the ones to lose, while the executives continue to get these payouts for failed, collapsed banks of millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars. So again, she is trying to change that to make the executives and the CEOs more accountable. And she looks like she wants to have it actually be able to look back at least 5 years to see what type of actions have been played out over the last 5 years. So again, guys, this would definitely help on the ongoing move as we continue to see more banks end up collapsing. So anyways, guys, I believe that this is definitely a good move in the right direction, and I would probably support this particular piece of legislation if I had the opportunity to. But anyways, guys, if you want to comment, let me know how you feel about this. I'm sure you probably feel the same way as I do as well. So anyways, guys, moving on, guys, we do have a potential solution in regards to the debt ceiling crisis that is going on right now. We already know that the deadline is approaching very quickly, in less than 30 days after the Treasury Secretary announced a couple of days ago that the United States would probably run out of money by June the 1st. And we all know that Congress still can't get their act together. The Democrats and the Republicans continue to not sit down and have a discussion, have a negotiation in regards to how they can get this thing done done before the deadline. So therefore, the American people will not lose out. We already talked about how Social Security may not receive their monthly payments. We've talked about those individuals on SNAP food stamps might not be able to receive their EBT card payments, as well as the other obligations that the United States is responsible for. So we really need to get them to get their act together. However, there is a new debt solution on the table. And as you can see right here, guys, they are talking about the idea of minting a $1 trillion platinum coin. And they are saying that it could save the U.S. from economic catastrophe in less than 1 month. It would be fast, legal, and no bigger than a regular coin. So who would actually get this coin, guys, if it's going to be this big? I mean, who's going to actually hold it? But anyways, guys, they are talking about minting this particular coin, and pretty much they believe that this could actually solve all the problems. Now, again, the government could run out of money, like I said, to pay its debts as soon as June the 1st. One potential solution, which is minting a $1 trillion platinum coin to pay off its debts, as well as to avert a disaster. And again, the coin is unlikely to fly, but President Biden's aides are looking at other legal workarounds. So anyways, guys, that would be pretty cool. What do you think? What would you do with a $1 trillion coin, platinum coin, by the way, in your pocket, guys? That would be sick. A lot of people in the past have been excited about having a gold brick in their possession, but now having a platinum $1 trillion coin, that's insane, guys. But anyways, guys, that could be the solution to all of our problems and pretty much get us out of this rut that we're in right now. But highly doubt it that it would actually happen, but it is a good thought, I will say. But anyways, guys, last but not least, guys, we do want to talk about a recent message coming from the Senator Bernie Sanders, in which he has called out this past Sunday that President Biden will actually win in 2024. And he said that he would win in a landslide. What is he talking about, guys? Well, the Vermont senator has expressed his beliefs that President Joe Biden will win re-election in a landslide, and he mentioned this on Saturday morning on CNN's show, adding that the choice is pretty clear for those who believe in democracy. He said that towards the end of the interview on CNN's State of the Union, Sanders, who also ran against President Biden back in 2020, he was asked about the president's recent re-election campaign announcement, and specifically anchor Dana Bash wanted to know if Biden's age could be a drag on his election prospects, a topic that President Biden has joked about many, many times before. So anyways, guys, the president would be 86 years old by the end of his second term if he was selected. You're 1 year older than President Biden, Bash noted. Is his age something that the voters should consider in 2024? Now, of course, Bernie Sanders had a very, very good response to this, saying that, look, I don't think necessarily age is a particular big issue, but just like other things, all things are considered when you're running for the next president. That means age, color of your hair, what you have done in the past, what you're currently doing right now, and so on and so on. So Bernie Sanders said, I don't think that we need to necessarily focus on his age, but we need to focus on the things that actually matter. And again, he was pointing out that it's no great secret that he and I have strong differences of opinion. The progressive lawmaker said that any issues he may have with President Biden in comparison to alternatives proposed by the GOP. But when we live in a nation where you have a major political party, the Republican Party, where many, not all, but many of their leadership doesn't even believe in democracy. They maintain the myth that Trump won the last election. They're trying to keep people from voting. They're trying to deny women the right to control their own bodies. So that's a whole issue out there. And if you believe in democracy, you want to see more people vote, not fewer people vote. I think the choice is pretty clear, and that choice is President Biden. And finally, Bernie Sanders insisted that if the president stuck to a few core principles, he would easily secure the second term in office. And second of all, what I do believe is that the Democrats and the president have gotten to get stronger on working class issues. The senator said they have got to make it clear that we believe in the government that represents all, not just a few, take on the greed of the insurance companies, the drug companies, Wall Street, all of the big money interests, and start delivering for working class people. You do that, President Biden, I think that you will be the winner in the 2024 presidential election by a landslide. Yes, guys, that is exactly what Bernie Sanders had to say in regards to President Biden announcing his reelection. So now, again, those are some of the positive things in regards to President Biden. However, Bernie Sanders didn't necessarily talk about the negative things that are in relation to the current president. So anyways, guys, you already know what those negative things are, such as his health, which is deteriorating, such as his poll numbers, and many, many other things as well. So anyways, guys, that will be a choice left up to the American people when that time comes. Me personally, I do not think President Biden has a chance whatsoever, but that is just my opinion. We'll just have to see how it goes. You can let me know what your opinion is. Comment down below in the comment section. But anyways, guys, I hope all this information in this video was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, guys, hey, that's all I have for you today. But feel free to check out some of the items down below in the description. There are a few ways for you to be able to support this channel, as well as some opportunities for you to receive some free money, such as signing up for a Webull account where they are giving out 12 free stocks after you deposit just 1 penny, and those stocks could be worth up to $3,000. Also, don't forget that you can still get the Amazon Prime membership for free for 30 days if you want to go ahead and try out those benefits as well. But anyways, those are just a few, but there are others. Be sure to check out the links down below. But anyways, if you enjoyed today's content and you want to see more, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like today's video, then go ahead and hit the like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.